I woke up to some heavy dew covering everything. It was time to start exploring and searching for the Styx tall trees. I was at the National Park Hotel. I headed west towards Medina, and then I'd be looking for a dirt road soon after, on the left. Medina is one of the 3 main mountain biking areas in Tasmania. Again, just a small town like Derby, but has epic trails in the surrounding hills. I got to where the turn was, but there was no left turn, just a right. So, I guess I should try the right. I found another right turn, so I took it. Then I saw the road I'd just ridden over. It seems Google Maps has a small glitch. I've just pulled over because I'm riding along and the sun's hitting my visor and I can't see a thing. So, the reason why, I think I should probably clean my visor. Makes seeing a lot easier. Like a new one. Onwards. The road headed up into the hills, and I noticed there was no reception out in this area, so I was going to have to go with my basic sense of direction. Quick temporary office, I didn't download footage from an SD card. Should do that every day. Oh well, another 10 minutes I'll be back on the road. These small issues were all due to such a long day yesterday on the bike. Last night I ate and thought, I'll do all that stuff in the morning. Obviously, I forgot. The information about the Styx area was a little confusing. There was a Styx Big Tree Forest Reserve and a Styx Tall Tree Forest Reserve. So not 100% sure what the difference is when it comes to trees. I thought I'd try to find both, but with no signal from my phone, I had no maps. I was basically just riding from what I could remember from when I last looked at the map. I'd seen what looked like a tall tree down this track, but first I needed to get around this fallen tree. This is the point you should do what I say, not do what I do. Going over this end of the tree wasn't the smartest decision, as one of the branches could easily puncture a hose or knock something on the bike and I'd be stuck out here. Happy to get over it with no issues. I should have gone over the other end of the tree, so it was just the trunk of the tree I was dealing with. That's the tree I'd spotted from the other track. Saw what looked like quite a massive tree down a track. It's big, I don't know how big. But then on the left here is a fallen tree. It is as wide as 2 Royal Enfields are high. This one's got to be at least 5 meters across. Oh my geez, I've just seen something on the other side. I think this must have been the fallen tree. Wow, look at that hole. This camera just does not give it the perspective of how actual big that thing is. I could easily walk through the black hole. It's like the size of a door. Six or 7 meters across this thing at least. At the base, probably 12. It's like a forest wonderland in here. Reminds me of Canada. Very much so. Back onto the bike and let's see if we can find these really tall ones. Big ones, tall ones. This time I went over the other end of the fallen tree, listening to my own advice. Now, I wasn't exactly sure where I was. Some may call it being lost. I like to refer to it as giving my inner GPS time to shine. After a few turnarounds and dead-end trails, I found the spot I was looking for. This was the Big Tree Reserve. Okay, that's tall. For some perspective, and then to get the other one, it's wide. I just don't know how to show how wide and tall these trees are on camera. It's best to just go and see them for yourself. Loving the forest. The dark, cool forest. Well, that's a cool tree. So much like Canada. Where am I going? Wow. This growth is super cool. I've never seen it before. It's like hair that's just growing longer and longer. Quite thick though. Anybody get any ideas? Hair draped over the branch. Firmed up. Another tall giant. I don't even know how to show. You just can't show how big this thing is. It still goes. Can't walk around it. I'd say 20 meters around the base, maybe more. Circumference across. Eight, 10? How do you measure these things? Some big suckers. And just for good measure, we'll throw in another giant. These trees are black ash, I think, or eucalyptus. I'll write the name down. And they are the biggest, tallest flowering tree in the world. I think these ones are getting close to 90 meters. Coincidentally, the biggest tree in the world is 115 meters roughly, and that's a sequoia in California. So the way these trees became protected, well, I'd like it to have been the loggers came through and thought, oh, there's some really big trees here. And the environmentalists gone, oh, can you not log here and save them all? And then the loggers come back, but we have to work and we have to make paper and wood things and someone's got to wipe their butt with something. So what about we'll protect these ones and we'll just keep logging the ones that aren't big. And everybody was happy and had a cup of tea and went home. That took 5 minutes. But reality, I'm sure people were chained to trees, climbing up the top of trees and laying in front of industrial forestry equipment. But they're here. They're here. I think I've just heard recently in the last year, whoa, that's big, that they found another big tree up in the northwest. Whichever way it happened, they're still here and nature's pretty impressive. One other thought on that. How did the environmentalists find out about the trees? Is there an environmentalist amongst the loggers? Are they really at war? Or are they just people trying to do their best? By the way, the tallest tree in Tasmania is called Centurion, which is just over 100 metres tall. It's located in the forest between here and Hobart. Definitely see fish. I think it's a trout that's up near the tree there. There's another one coming through. Is that a rainbow trout? Can't quite see the bottom of it. Where's the other one gone? Oh, I'm sure there's platypus here too. I made it back to the main road and had a decision to make. Go back the way I came, or turn right and see what was at the end of this road. I guess the decision was pretty obvious. I'd stumbled across a road which seemed perfect for an afternoon blast. No traffic, winding tree-lined turns in the sunshine. If you're going to be on tarmac, this is the place to be. I came around the corner to see the stunning Sentinel mountain range. I spotted something moving across the road, so I slowed up. It was an echidna. I always come across these little guys crossing the road in the middle of the day. Now I was riding in between two large lakes in the South West National Park and Conservation Area, Lake Gordon and Lake Pedder. Found a spot for lunch, Lake Pedder. Not a bad view. Again, it is Tasmania, everything seems to be a decent view. And again, nobody around. It's really quiet. Really quiet. I had lunch by the lake, then set off to the end of the road. This is Gordon Dam, and it is the furthest southwest you can get in that corner in the wilderness area. Well, you can go on foot. Sure, there's a dirt trail or two somewhere out there, but it'd pretty soon get really thick, so you want to have a lot of supplies with you. The dam wall is 198 metres long and 140 metres high, making it the tallest dam in Tasmania. The dam looks low because you can still see trees sticking out of the water. So Tasmania obviously doesn't get rain all the time. It is a stunning area though. And that ride coming in, wow. Normally I would rather not backtrack the way I came. But with this road, I was quite happy it was the only way out. By the look of those guys, I gather this place is a favourite for motorcyclists. It definitely is for me. Back past the Sentinel mountain range and flying through these sweeping turns of the Gordon River Road. It had turned into a very hot day, and as I came into the small town of Westaway, I spotted a small river, which gave me an idea. So if you ever need to bribe me, the best way would be with berries, any kind, but particularly raspberries. I'd probably do anything for that. So on the way in I did see the berry farm, well, raspberry farm, and thought, well, why not stop on the way out? So I have. It is stinking hot, so I've pulled over next to this stream here, and I'm gonna gorge on berries till my belly hurts. I got a whole tray. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So I may also get in for a swim and then work out what I'm going to do next, because I have no idea. I've got to this point. Berries, that's it. Cheers. They're good. Oh. Deep, so I don't think I get full body submersion, but it's great on my legs. On second thoughts, I found a deeper spot and got fully submerged. It's cool, but when it's this hot, it's awesome. It's always better when you get in. Sucks to get in, it's just once you're in, it's good. Now that we're all refreshed and had to think about things, my biggest concern is my back tyre. The knobblies are gone, well, in the middle. And the next section, if I go south or even east, I'll be going 300, 400, 500 k's before I can get anywhere that would have another one. But Hobart's about an hour away, so I could go in there and sort all that sort of stuff out. Also the chain needs cleaning again and readjusting, so might be time for a bit of maintenance and then onwards. I headed off towards Hobart, but it struck me I should probably call a few places to see if anybody has a tyre that would fit. The result, after making a few phone calls, a change of plan. Instead of heading to Hobart, where no one I could actually get a hold of had a tyre in stock, I was heading to Launceston, as the Royal Enfield shop there had a tyre that would fit. So I headed north.